So you've been in Fiji for some time with not only just your thoughts, but also the 17 people around you, your competition that will prove to be some of your best friends or your worst enemies. And I'm sure you have plenty of thoughts on them. So who from the people around you are you picking up good vibes or not so good vibes from in the preseason?
Yeah, I have been observing, but I think the one thing we haven't found out about each other is our personality. And that's how I vibe with someone. So this is a very hard question.
Yeah.
I think I think it's really hard for me to answer that right now. I need to see a little bit more of does this person have really good work ethic? Does this person have a communication style that fits with mine?
Yeah.
Is this person someone that I can laugh with? Forget trust. I'm throwing trust out the window, but can I have fun with this person? At the end of the day, I'm here to win, but I'm also here to have a good time. So yeah, I feel like there are some people I've shared a look with or a smile and a laugh, and it's I want to get to work with you, but I don't know at this point.
Is there anyone on the other side of things, though? Has there been anything where you're like, oh, that's a red flag?
No, there
Really?
hasn't. There really hasn't. And I'm even looking at, is anyone, having 3 plates at lunch? They really haven't prepared. Or, is anyone just, super bossy or, sitting at the front or, raising their hand first for every single thing? Everyone's doing a great job. Everyone is playing it neutral.
I mean, listen, first of all, there's not one person here that I'm like, I can't work with. I'm looking at all these people. I'm like, oh, I can definitely do this. We can definitely make a connection. There's several. There is a taller blonde female that I think was at one of my final casting auditions.
Interesting.
That we kind of rode a shuttle together. And I remember her from that. And so even in this week, I pick up good vibes, good energy there. There is a younger black gentleman that I pick up good vibes and connections that we could work together. There is a sort of a muscular white gentleman that dark hair that is always smiling. I'm like, definitely, I think we can work together. But I mean, just in general, I mean, there's been a good vibe that I've gotten from most, and even people that have been very withdrawn and intense. There's a younger Asian female that I'm just interested to kind of peel back and create a conversation and to see where the opportunities are. So, I mean, I think the possibilities are potentially endless here.
Yeah, I know you said you're not closing the door on anybody, but is there anybody that you're getting not even bad vibes from that you can't read? Are they doing anything in Ponderosa that you're like, that's interesting, we'll file that away for later?
No, there's one or two people that just I've not even had a smile from.
Gotcha.
There's a one gentleman that and he's doing his thing that, you know, even just throughout the week, not even had a smile or nod, and I don't understand him. I don't know him. So
what does he look like?
He's probably fairly dark complexion, dark hair, thin guy, probably in his mid-30s, late 30s. But, you know, we just haven't made a connection yet.
Right.
And so that's an opportunity.
I love my fellow tall girl with curly hair. We're both tall. We both have curly hair. I just love her vibe. She's got the big blonde. I have really curly brown hair. She just has this cool kind of hippie vibe. Love it. I feel like we could mesh together really well. Obviously, I don't know her, but you definitely pick up on cues. I also really he is probably one of the older gentlemen in the group. Olive complexion, has tattoos on his forearms. That man is a deep well. He's got a lot going on. Sometimes you can just see it in someone that he's carrying something in there. But also I just feel like there's something solid about him that I really like, you know? Other than that, I don't know. I mean, you get a first impression of everybody. There's some people that you can tell are a little bit more outgoing and want attention. And then there are people that are just very quiet or maybe a little bit more meek and that sort of thing. So it's just going to depend. I don't know. There's just something about him that I can tell is a little different, that he's holding on to something. And I don't know. You can just tell when someone has some depth It's not all just surface. It's not all just, oh, whoa, me, I've been through this and da-da-da. Like, there's some depth there. And I can sense that. And I want to work. I mean, obviously, this is Survivor. We're going to double cross each other. We're going to lie, blah, blah, blah. But I also, in real life, I am loyal to a fault. And so that will be very hard to get rid of. So I definitely see myself finding someone that is not just like, oh, you're the person on Survivor I could connect with. But no, you're a person I actually connect with. I want to find that person out here.
So then on the other side, is there anybody that's not given that for you, or anyone you can't read in general? I'm sure you also have nicknames for these people from what you've been describing.
My journal has a nickname for everyone. I'm like, I got Jersey Muscles over there. I got like everybody. I've got Minnesota hockey player. Like, because I'm looking at T-shirts. I'm looking where they're from. I can, so. It's not so much that it's like, oh, I don't want to play with that person, but I'm already leery. I already can see, okay, there's stuff going on here. There's one person that around us is very kind of just like, won't make eye contact, won't smile back, almost kind of like gives this aloof, bored feeling. But then I can hear like in interviews when they go in, it's like a total change of change of energy. And I'm like, okay. So there's some play going on here, and that might be my BFF when I get out there. I don't know, but
yeah.
Well, I like bearded guy. He's got a big old fluffy beard, and I can't wait to see like what his beard looks like, 2 weeks from now. So I like him, and then there's an African American guy with glasses. He's got a friendly smile. There's something about him that just draws me to him.
So then, on the other side of things, is there anybody that you're not picking up some great vibes from, or anyone you can't read from this group?
And I hate that this is going to be, because they're going to see it and they're going to be like,
but that's the fun of it. It could be your best friend.
Well, there's a girl, a blonde girl here, and she just seems a little snooty to me. That's all. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Anything that she's like doing that comes across that way, or is it just a general air about her?
No, I think I said, like, you're not supposed to talk, and I think, she jumped, and I go, ooh, don't hurt yourself. And she goes, shh, and she shushed me. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, she just shushed me, So that just right away. And that's the funny thing about Survivor. It takes one shush, and now I'm going to vote your ass off. It's that stupid and simple, like.
There's an older woman, I get the oldest woman on the cast, I guess, and she's always smiling. And it's weird to me that everybody is sitting there so stoic and just in their little books and taking down notes. And I'm like trying to like smile at people and just be nice. Like, 'cause again, that's just me in the real world. And it's just so weird how stoic and how, I guess, unenthusiastic people are. And so the few people that do smile and do give me at least, something, like shows me that they are humans, that I pick up on. And so she has been very nice and just, pleasant. Just, again, we don't talk, we don't really say anything. And it's just the quickest of smiles, but you can just tell that she's sincere and kind. And I really like that. I think kindness goes a long way, and that's why I look for in allies. Because when someone's kind, they're more than likely going to be honest as well. So that's what I kind of look for, is people that are kind in the game, and I'm going to be friends with them and try to make alliances with them. And so she's at the top of my list. Don't know if she's on my tribe or not, but and then also there is a few others. There's a man with glasses. He's also doing the same. He's always looking around, trying to be friendly and just smile. And you can kind of pick up on things. People that just say thank you to those who are around, even if something, like picking up a dish, and they'll just say thank you, whereas others don't. And to me, that goes a long way.
That's so interesting, because the courtesy that they provide others, you hope that would extend even in a cutthroat game like Survivor.
Exactly. So, those two for sure. And I think honestly there's this shorter Asian guy, and I have a feeling he's going to do really well in the challenges. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that, he's very athletic. Like, you can kind of tell from his physique, but I think he's going to be a force to reckon with, for sure.
Now, is that someone you're like, great meat shield, or is that someone you're saying, like, big competition, I want to get rid of them?
I mean, I want the competition, so, but I wouldn't say big competition, but I would definitely keep my eye on him, for sure.
Anybody else that you're not picking up a good vibe from, or you're not even able to read, which can itself be a red flag?
No, I think I'm pretty good at reading people. Let me see. Anybody that jumps out? Not particularly, I would guess. There's a Marianne-looking girl, and I think she, once again, is kind of giving off that very kind, very sincere vibe. Yeah. I would love to be friends with her. I hope she's on my tribe as well.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, everybody has, I've taken my little notes on any of everybody that's come across, but those are the ones that kind of stand out so far. Everybody else is still up in the air.
I mean, knowing myself and that I'm an athlete and I look at everyone else in the view of an athlete. This is a competitive physical game as well as a mental game. I see people who look athletic, and I'm like, that's someone that I think I could work with, because oftentimes people who are very strong and are built, they're hard workers. You put in a lot of time and effort to get those muscles and to have that strength. And sports gives you lots of different morals that people who don't play sports don't have, about hard work and teamwork and many things in general. So I saw two guys over the last couple of days that I think I'd really like to work with. One of them, he's a black guy who looks very strong, great smile. Guy was wearing a lacrosse shirt at one point. I was like, lacrosse is pretty close to hockey. That's someone that I think I could get along with. That would be a great ally to have. As well as there's a Asian man who looks about my age as well, also looks muscular. Another guy who's smiley. I like the happy people, you know.
Yeah.
And so seeing him too, I think he looks like someone who I could get along with. He just seems like a fun, nice guy. And so those are two people that I'm hoping I could get one of them on my tribe.
So let's look on the other side of things. Let's talk about maybe these assholes or dicks or whatever your other body parts you're perceiving. Is there anybody that you're picking up some either not good vibes from, or you can't read in particular? Any red flags you're getting from people?
I mean, there's people that I just think are annoying.
Please describe them to me.
There's this black woman who she just has been, we're supposed to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
And she's just often been like making little comments or doing little extra things that I'm just like, dude, chill. Like, and it's just been kind of getting on my nerves. So I'm like, that's someone that I'm kind of like, I don't think I would want to work with her.
Interesting.
There's also been a few people that I've still seen them wearing makeup and like big hoop earrings, and we're out already sleeping in tents every night. We're in the wilderness a little bit already. And I'm like, why are you still getting ready to look nice? Like, what? Like, it just seems very contradictory to my thoughts on this game. So these are people that I know that I'm very different from, so I don't think I would be working with.
So, good vibes. The muscular dude, bigger dude, I'm getting good vibes from him. The guy that has kind of the longer black hair, he has a lot of facial hair too. He has the full beard. They seem like they're going to be some good cats that I can really dig in with, and just their vibe. And then she has the blue top on. She looks a little older. In my head, I'm calling her Mama Bear. She absolute good vibes from those three, and it's hard to describe. I feel that they are good people, and just in terms of, and I know that sounds weird because I've never spoken to them, which sounds crazy, I know, but it's a vibe, and I'm going with my gut. And then the non-vibe, full sleeve, hair pulled back, female, hard to read, could either be stone cold or not. And then everyone else, they're sitting solid neutral. They're doing a good job of keeping it neutral. It's hard to say.
There's a younger girl with, she's probably around my age, honestly, but she has like a lot of hair like me, and she seems very, very, very friendly. I've gotten a good read off her. I feel like, as much as a read I could have gotten without talking. An older gentleman with glasses. He just seems like a gentleman. Every time, we pass each other, give him like the little nod and just kind of keep going. There's a younger girl too who's like, she'll wear like some hockey stuff around. I'm a huge Bruins fan. Like that's my like love team, even though, they don't love me the same as much as I love them, Mike.
Listen, you are wealthy in Boston sports.
Yeah,
okay.
I have to say, but they have to pick it up. I'm telling you, it's a rabid fan base, and we're hungry for another championship. But she's had some, she had a Providence Bruins shirt on, so I gave her like a, not anything to like jeopardize myself or her, to get us kicked out, but it was just kind of like, I see stuff like that.
So then let's move over to the other side of things. Is there anybody that you're not picking up good vibes for, or you're having a tough time reading?
There's a lot of big people out here, and I mean like big in terms of like muscular and strong, and it was very, very apparent. So that's a little scary to see. But I do think that that's a disadvantage for them in a sense. If someone looks at them, they're like, obviously this person's a threat. He or she's going to win every single physical challenge. So I think that kind of plays into it. For me, it'll hopefully help me along the way. And there's another guy too with a beard, and he just seems like an interesting dude. I really want to get to know him, but I have to watch out for him. He seems like he's here to play.
There's this tall girl. When I first saw her, she had curly hair, but she's been tying it back a lot. She has the if she told me to jump off a cliff, I would jump off a cliff for her. Like, she could tell me to do anything, and I would do anything for her. Her eyes, her smile, everything it is about her, it's very dangerous. But I would want to keep her around with me, because other people would be like, oh, she's dangerous, not me. So I would love to, like, get to know her, work with her. We have So there are 3 Chads that they found. And out of the 3 of them, they actually found Giga Chad himself, and he is here on this beach.
Giga Chad!
The dude's biceps are like the size of my thighs. He's got like the jaw, like the face is just like, I want him to be on my tribe so that he can Jonathan Young us through all the swimming challenges, because I'm not a strong swimmer. I just want to be tossed through the Pacific Ocean, and I hope he could do that for us.
So then, on the other side of things, who are some people that you're not vibing with, or you're not picking up signals from at all, even?
A bearded individual with the initials SD. I don't trust this guy at all. His eyes kind of scare me, because like, I don't know what it is, but like when I look at him, sometimes there's too much white in the eyes, like the irises are like small, and that's a little scary look.
Interesting.
So I don't like that, but he's giving me like Tony vibes, and so I don't want to play with that. I want to get that out of here.
Okay, the biggest person that I've already have a good vibe with already is the mom. I think it's I don't want to say elder. She's older. She looks like a mom. We're both going for the ranch, and we both grabbed it, and I looked at her, and I was like, final three with my eyes.
A literal meet cute.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I watched a rom-com in the 90s that was like Love Over the Ranch.
Yeah, and she was like, "Are you gonna use it?" And I was like, "Huh? Oh, sorry. I was trying to like eye her, and I was like, work with me. Like, come on." She was like, "What?" And I was like, "I can't do this." So her I have really good vibes with. I know that there will be one really, really buff musclehead on the beach, like at least on my tribe. There has to be. I can't be the buffest one. There's 3 people that I already see. I call them Captain America, there's Hulk, and then there's Falcon. It's a part of the Avengers, and I'm Spider-Man, so I'm like their friend, but I'm like not.
But you're off doing your own stuff. New York City needs to be pleased.
Yeah, New York City needs to be pleased. I gotta see Zendaya. Like, I'm just Tom Holland right here. But one of those 3 are gonna be on my tribe no matter what, because there's no way that they can't be. And I've been getting good vibes from them. They're very fit and very athletic. So I've been trying to do like puzzles and brain teasers next to them to be like, hey, like every Batman needs a Robin. Like, like I'm smart, I can do this, but I don't want to show that I'm really smart. Although I think people can probably either assume or maybe they can tell, like, okay, this guy's a little bit of a brainiac. So those people I feel good about.
All right, let's go on the other side here. Who are some people that you're maybe not getting some good vibes from, or you can't read at all?
Okay, so overall everyone has like good vibes, but
Yeah.
I think the people that are really expressive. So there's some people out here who are already, showing leadership qualities. They're like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Like, oh, like first on the bus. Like those kind. I'm like, okay, these people here like know what they want. They're they're assertive. They're not wavering. Like these people are gonna be not hard to work with, but they're just gonna be like the ones I have to look out for, because they're gonna want to make sure that people listen to them, and that they're gonna be dominating like either the conversations and stuff.
So there is a taller blonde woman who I think she just seems like very fun. Like she's kind of like not afraid to, like, when we're in the dinner line, like bob and weave, sort of dance a little bit, or like not like outwardly. She just seems like she's very comfortable with herself, and that she like would like to have fun. I think it'd be fun to work with her. Like I want to work with somebody who like is smart, but also like wants to play this game in a fun way, not like dictate to one another. I've heard players talk about how it's nice to have somebody who views the game the same way you do, and I'm like a fun person.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fun to work with her. I'm trying to think if there's like, I literally like everybody. Like
there's that charm coming through. There's Mr. I want to be everybody's friend.
I don't know. I just like, I'm sure everybody's doing it, but I keep on making up stories for everybody in my head. There's another guy, Superman. I call him Superman. He's
okay.
He literally looks like Clark Kent. And I could say this because I'm sure that I'm not being creative here. I'm certain he's been called this throughout his entire life, or at least the past 2-3 years. Because I mean, he just looks very like physical, and like that he would do well in this game in that manner. But he also kind of comes across to me as like a very like teddy bear sort of dude. Just seems like a genuine person from what I've seen so far. So yeah.
Well, what about on the other side? We'll go from Superman to Lex Luthor here. Who are some people that you're not necessarily vibing with at the moment?
Yeah. So I would not say that there's somebody that I'm not vibing with. I've really tried to keep it tempered. Like during this pregame, I don't know. I hope I've done a good job of that. But there is one person I can't get a read on. It's this gentleman with a beard. and he's got a large beard, and he's got like sort of like a very well groomed like sort of mullet, wavy sort of hair deal. And it's not that I don't vibe with him, I just can't put a read to him. Like I mentioned to you, like I've been able to sort of like I've been making backstories up for everybody in my head. Obviously, those will go by the wayside day one. But him, it's really hard to get a read on. Like there's nothing really consistent about him, and that's not scary to me, but it just like puts a little bell in my head that like, you know, I got to look into this a little bit further. You know, who knows if that's even worth doing, but yeah.
So there is this taller black guy with kind of like a fro, not really, but like 1-2 inches or something like that, maybe 1 inch. And like every time the servers take his food, he says thank you and like either does like a praying motion or puts his hand on his heart. And I'm like, you know what? He seems like a very, very sweet boy. And yeah, I would be down to play with him. And then who else? There is the gay guy with the mustache. He just reminds me of one of my friends at home. And he's been really kind to me as well. Because even though we can't talk, I mean, you can feel people's energy. You can feel when they are happy to see you or like find you amusing when you do something on accident, stuff like that. And who else? I would also really like to work with this one. I think he's Asian. He's Tanner. He's maybe like mid-30s or something. He and I think have in common that we have rich inner landscapes.
Ooh, I love that term.
Yeah, because everyone out here is journaling to some capacity. But when you look at most people's journals, it's like the first 3 pages. They literally got a journal because they were like, well, I'm going to be out here, you know, like I want to process and learn and discover about things about myself. But me and this guy, our journals are almost done, which means like we actually journal in everyday life. That's something that I've been doing since I was 17, almost every day. So I feel like if I were to work with someone like him, he'd be thoughtful. And yeah, I think he would really think things through. And I would appreciate that in an alliance partner.
So what about on the other side of things? Are there some bad energies you're picking up or anyone you can't get a read on?
I would say that it's hard for me to get a read on this one girl who sits in front of me she has like dark hair, a lot of hair. It's like really thick. I'm actually kind of jealous. I'm like, dang, I wish I had that much hair. But it's hard for me to get a read on her. She reminds me of some people who I've met in my life who judge me for being loud or chaotic and thinking that I'm only one-dimensional and that I don't have deeper thoughts.
There is this girl. She has a sleep tattoo, her hair slicked back. She's like pretty tall, athletic looking. You can just tell she has a big personality, really flirty, just like gives off like really confident energy. Definitely someone I'd want to work with. There's this guy that has like a full beard, like looks just so excited to be out here too. Like definitely have like been making some eye connections and stuff like that. Definitely somebody I want to work with. But overall, like a lot of the guys out here are like pretty physically fit. Honestly, I would look forward to working with like all of them.
Interesting. Yeah, is that something you're sort of seeking out, some meat shields to build out your own Survivor PE class?
Yes, 100%. If there's one thing I know about me is I love talking. I kind of love being the center of attention. Unfortunately, so trying to build a group of people around to me who also have big personalities, who are also talkative. If you look at the past 46, you look at the past 6 seasons, like none of the winners have been huge physical threats
True.
at a lot of them are like very like unexpected, and I want to do whatever I can to keep around some big personalities out here.
Well, let's move to the other side of things. Is there anyone you're picking up some not so good vibes from, or you're having trouble reading?
Yeah, well, there are a few of the ladies out here who won't give me anything. Like, just very calm, like reserved, don't really give you a lot of smiles, or just not making an effort to give you anything. So for me, it's like, if it's me and them and we're at the merge together, well, I am probably gonna go before all of them. I think I'm a bit good physical threat and a social threat, so unfortunately, like, those quiet players just make it through oftentimes, and nobody really wants to take them out because no one's really concerned with them. But in my opinion, everyone out here is a threat, and oftentimes the people you don't suspect to be a threat to win the game are the people who were going to end up there.
There's actually somebody who surprised me a little bit. It's a gentleman. He has the mohawk, curly, black hair, very vibey, not too tall, not too short, not super buff, but you can tell he works out. He looks like he owns a surf shack. I like him because I feel like he is like, he does multiple different things. He's not mysterious in the sense of like, I know he's an artist, or I can come to definitive like answers about who he is, but it's also the fact that I feel like if he's in a room with a group of people, he can get along with every single person and not try too hard. That's what I like. I don't like people who are forcing a connection. I feel like we would just vibe just to vibe. And on the negative, I'm assuming.
Yes, please.
This is my favorite part because I'm very judgmental. I hate to be that girl who's like, I get along better with men, but I'm about to be that girl. I get along better with men. So the women attention seeking is not my thing. I like people who speak when they have something impactful to say. That's why I'm attracted to Drea. She didn't speak much, but when she did, she had something that was actually going to change the game. So there's a few here. I'm going to describe them.
Please.
One always wears her hair pulled back, and she could surprise me. I don't know. But she's always doing something, whether it's like the over-the-top yawn, or the I got to stand up and work on the circle for a few minutes, or I got to spritz some perfume on me, even though you're going to sweat it off in like the next 5 minutes. And then there's the other girl she's also artsy, but she wants you to know she's artsy. She has blonde hair. She paints whenever she gets a chance. Listen, my mom and my sister are both kick-ass artists. They both can draw. I'm the only one that Jean skipped over. So I know what it's like to be around true artists. I don't want to say she's not a true artist, but artists who are like, who have humility. Like, they paint and they don't make a big to-do about it. They don't go across the room and get drinking water to dip their paintbrush in. I was like, no, she didn't. That's literally what she did.
Oh, she's actually making art at Ponderosa.
Like, yeah, cool for you. Love that for you.
I thought you were just making like, I know what you do for a living.
No, I'm like, what are you doing? So that's a biggie for me. But she's looking for the round of applause of like, how amazing is this moment? Like, truly, if you're just in your artistry, I feel like you would be like, I want to have this moment for me. This is something for me. I don't have to actually walk around once it's finished and act like I didn't mean to show it to y'all, and when we acknowledge that we saw it, oh, stop.
It's a performative quality,
It
right?
is. Yeah. I hate performative qualities. Like, you don't just be you. When it's time to be still, be still. When you want to talk. I'm fine with that.
So I have a razor's edge people, which is like, hey, either this person has to be my ride or die, or I need them gone.
Yeah.
And that is, she's got blue eyes. She's going to hate me for this at some point. But she has, like, the tattooed sleeve. That, like, the patch tattoo sleeve. Yeah. And she has, like, 3 different crosses tattooed all over her body. Okay? She is suspect of me. I feel it from jump. I know people like her. They are suspect of me. But if I can get them on my side, they're my biggest advocates. They can call me on my nonsense. They can be my ride or die for sure. I need someone like that because I have harebrained ideas, man. I have all kinds of different arguments that happen in my own head, and I need someone to be the arbiter. I have a very low perception of threats against me. I think everybody wants to be my friend. So I want someone who I know isn't necessarily my bestie to be my bestie. Other than that, like the person that's on a razor's edge, like MZ, I think is her initials. Shorter Asian girl who's like jacked, like that girl. I would love for her to be my ride or die because I think she's a razor's edge for me too. Like someone who doesn't really like me, but if I got on her good side, I think we would ride forever. And then like the dude who ate Tom Cruise, that guy. I want him on my team.
What? Okay, this is an image that I need described to me.
Mr. Captain America, the biggest dude.
Gotcha.
He's got a giant, beautiful face for camera. He's for sure been in movies or on stage or something like that because this dude brought toothpicks out here after lunch so that when he does get his face seen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not got anything in his teeth. He's like thinking in a way, I think, that is unlike anybody else out here. He is more cerebral than I think most people will give him credit, and so I would like to work with someone. I need a strategist.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not me. I'm an idea guy. I need someone that's going to give me the strategy. I'm a social player. I can make the strategy implemented. I'm not the brilliant strategist. I'm the idea guy.
So then, on the other side, because it looks like you're willing to turn, make opportunities out of these people that you're a little suspect on. But is there anybody that you're just overall bad vibes from or you can't get a good read on?
Yeah, those are my bad vibes people. The people that I don't get a read on at all. Because if I can't read you, that's a problem.
Right.
I can read anybody. That's my skill set. And so, and this could all change. I could fall in love with this person very quickly.
Yeah.
But the smallest person on the cast. She's the shortest, smallest person on the cast. I have no read on her. Like zero. Black hair, no read on her whatsoever. SB as well. I call her Santa Barbie because Santa Barbie, sorry. Because she like is blonde hair. And she's a painter. She's been painting out here the entire time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like amazing paintings actually.
Yeah.
Like I want one. But yeah, I can't really get a good read on her, but who knows?
Yeah.
I love The Rock. The Rock is out here. He is a delight. He folded his shirt away. Like, I just saw him fold a shirt, and the way he did it was like, oh, dude, he's the sweetest man ever. He was walking out of the bathroom in the middle of the night, and he, like, closed the door, which is, like, far away from where, like, we're sleeping. But, like, I was walking to the bathroom, and the way he closed the door was like a father exiting his little girl's room after he'd kissed her on the forehead goodnight. You know what I mean? Like, just so gentle. And for a guy that big, that buff, that strong to be that gentle, that juxtaposition, oh my God, I love that guy.
I will tell you, and I am not ashamed to say, and if I get any backlash, I don't care. This is the finest looking face card does not decline Survivor cast ever, really. And once again, I'm sorry, but we fine. We baddies, from the men to the women. Everybody look good, like, and that's the problem. When people look good, you don't even know, like, at least before you had to, like, oh, she has a smile. Oh, she has the looks. Oh, she has body. Gotta worry about. No, everybody looks good.
Right.
Everybody literally has the smile. Everybody has the face. Everybody has probably the charisma and the personality to follow along with it. And I feel like that's what's gonna actually throw everything off. How can you know if this person is telling the truth? Because they smile just like you.
Yeah.
And so I will say I did notice about that. Everybody looks good. Captain America, I don't know his name, but he looked like Captain America.
Okay.
And he built. He's strong. That's somebody that I want as a friend, because I need strength. As you can see, I'm a little skinny. I got muscle though. Don't let these bones fool you. Don't let it fool you. I'm strong.
No, it doesn't matter the size, it's how you use it.
It don't matter the size. Remember little Charlie from season 46? That man, that skinny thing, he was strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Mr. Captain America, I want him on my team. It's a couple of people. I seen somebody, she looks like a mom, a little older. I want her on my team as well, because I feel like those are the ones that can go under and be your silent assassin. They can hear and come back to you with the details. Hey, they're talking about you. Hey, your name is getting brought up. Whether good or bad, I need somebody to tell me, because I might not be in the popular crew. I might be with the quiet ones.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know until we get there, because everybody's personality is hard to tell. Are they like me? Are they not? Who's the loud one? Who's the cool kids, the athletes, the geeks? What's going on here? So, and I'm a person. I'm everything. I'm a Harry Potter lover. I'm a vampire lover. I like all the vampire shows. I'm there. I love every vampire show. I will watch it. I literally been watching, going crazy. So that's the thing. I'm a good mix of everything. I can hang with the cool kids, but I can also be with the quiet people because I'm shy as well.
Yeah.
If it's a group of cool kids, I'm gonna shut up, because now I gotta watch and see what y'all gonna do. Especially because I used to be bullied in like elementary school. So you know what I'm saying? That little childhood me still comes in, is like in a shell, because it's like, are they gonna like me? Will they not? Will they think I talk too much? Will I be too much? But at the end of the day, you just gotta be yourself. And I feel like being myself, whether it gets me in the game, gets me past, or gets me out on the first day, I'm here for it. But of course, I'm not trying to go out on the first day. No. My worst fear is being Francesca.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 times over.
Two times over. I don't want to be Francesca. Sorry, Francesca girl.
Well, let's talk about the other side of things. Who's repelling you like a vampire in garlic? Who are people that you're not vibing with?
Okay. So it's hard to say who I'm not vibing with. It's more so who I'm looking sideways at. It's a couple of people I'm kind of looking like, I don't know if I want to talk to you.
Interesting. Describe them to me.
You want to give me a trouble?
Listen, this could be your best friends.
You're right. This could be my best friend. So there's this one girl. I don't know. She has braids, and she just looks like she's just a little high maintenance, a little bit, just on a little bit more like she won't really work on the island. It just looks like you'll have to pull her weight, is what it's giving, just from the certain things that I'm seeing her do right now. Like she's not getting up to throw her stuff away. That's a tell. Why aren't you getting up to throw your stuff away? You're 2 feet from the trash can. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm 10 feet from the trash can. I'm still getting up.
Yeah.
There's just little things like that. I mean, it's a hot day. Maybe that's a factor, but also too, we're all hot. What makes you so special? So that's just a little, but once again, I could be saying this now, and then we get on the island and we could be the best of friends, and I'll tell a girl I was talking about you like a dog. But till then, it's just something about that. And then, I mean, it's a couple of people I think are looking at me funny, but also too, I'm not sure if it's in my head or if they're really looking at me funny.
That's the thing. It's tough to be like, to say these things and also be like, there's a very good chance people are saying the same thing about me. And so that also, to your point about the attractiveness, like it all kind of puts you on an equal playing field too.
For sure.
Because the whole new chapter gets written once you all hit the beach.
Exactly. And on top of that, nobody can be like, oh, I'm going to use my looks. We all got looks.
Exactly.
So what you gonna use for real? You can't just use your smile. We all got smiles.
I'm sitting next to a guy, and every time I look over at his iPod, because we're only allowed to have like old school iPods here, his iPod is playing the same music as mine. Like, that's gotta be my guy, right? Like, he's bumping the new Charlie XCX album also. He's playing, I'm playing Cowboy Carter, he's playing Cowboy Carter. Like, we're clearly listening to the same stuff. There's something really nice about like knowing we're on, we at a bare minimum could go to the dance floor together, right? And like, well, you know, you could take a dance partner and turn them into a alliance partner too.
Yeah. What do they look like?
He's got a mustache, and he's like got fairer colored hair.
Okay.
I would say, yeah. There's a guy with glasses who keeps asking me. I'm one of the only folks who I think who brought a watch out here. Note to future Survivor players: bring a like shitty watch to Ponderosa. It's a good idea. That way you can know just how slowly time is moving. And he's asked me the time a couple times, and there's just like a kind energy about him. And I think when you're looking around, I'm not looking for folks who are feeling like gunners, you know?
Yeah.
I'm looking for folks who are feeling like they want to work together, right? Because ultimately, I think that's at least where we start, right? Is who do we want to work with?
Exactly. Now, let's move to the opposite side. Are there some people in mind that you do not want to work with?
Look, the Suri Field's tenets for emotional intelligence are you don't cut anybody out, right? Like she's never going to tell you that you should be like, oh, I'm not going to work with that person.
Right.
But there are some people who are like less smiley, less warm, seem like super focused. And I wonder how that's going to play out in the game, right? You got somebody who's jumping in the front of the food line, right? Are they going to be like that on the beach? Is that the mask that they've, right? We are all wearing masks right now. It is Mardi Gras in there, right? Like it's there. Everyone's wearing a mask. Everyone's in a costume, but it's a peculiar choice to me for the costume to be like right after we get to the airport to sit down with your notebook and immediately start scribbling about whoever you just saw. Like I'm taking notes, but they're in my head and I'm writing them in my notebook in my tent when I get home, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to do it in front of everybody.
I love this blonde woman with curly hair. Like I'm obsessed with her. She has fun nails. I love her hair. I love her glasses. Like she was like reading a Michael Crichton book. I was like, what's going on? I like that. She was wearing a shirt that said San Antonio. And I was like, are you from Texas or you just like Texas? Because I'm from Texas. I don't know. I really like her. I really, really like her. That would be like best case is like we get on the boat and it's like us in purple.
So then, what about the other side of things? Anyone you're not picking up good vibes from or like you have trouble reading?
Here's the thing. I know that they have no idea that I have a personality right now, you know? I know that I'm like judging a book by its cover.
But that's the fun of it.
That's the fun of it.
This could be your future best friend you're about to talk
That's
about.
what freaks me out is like what if I'm like, I don't like you, and then it's literally like I'm like marrying you in 10 years. Because I officiate weddings. I've done 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fun.
But yeah, is there anyone you can think of that you're picking up at least weird vibes from or doing things at Ponderosa that are red flags?
Not really. I can't get a read. How to describe them. There is a young gentleman with long hair, and I cannot get a read on him. His books are covered. I like can't quite crack the code.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just like intrigued. I'm like, who are you, JP?